The Adventures of the Good Samaritan. Once upon a time, in a busy little town, there was a man named Luke. Luke was walking down a long, dusty road on his way to visit his brother in another town. The sun was shining brightly and the birds were chirping. But as Luke walked, something very unexpected happened. Out of nowhere, a group of robbers jumped out from behind the bush. They grabbed Luke, took all his money, and left him all alone by the side of the road. Luke was hurt and scared, and he could barely move. "Help!" he called out, but no one was around. After a while, a priest who worked in the temple came walking down the road. Luke thought, "Oh, thank goodness, someone is here to help me." But the priest looked at Luke and thought, "If I stop to help, I'll be late for an important meeting," and he quickly walked right past him. Next, a Levite came by. Levites worked in the temple too, and they helped with all sorts of important jobs. Luke thought, maybe the Levite will help me. But the Levite also saw Luke lying there, hurt and alone. He scratched his head, looked at the sky, and then said, "I don't have time for this," and kept walking by without even offering a hand. Luke felt sad and a little scared. Will anyone help me? He wondered. Just when he thought all hope was lost, he heard footsteps coming toward him. It was a Samaritan. Now, you might be wondering, what's so special about a Samaritan? Well, long ago, people from the town of Samaria and the people from Luke's town didn't get along. They didn't always like each other, so Luke didn't expect much help from someone from Samaria. But the Samaritan saw Luke lying on the ground, and his heart felt sad. He knelt down beside him and said, "Don't worry, I'm here to help." The Samaritan carefully cleaned Luke's wounds, bandaged him up, and helped him onto his donkey. "I'll take you to an inn where you can rest and get better," he said kindly. He even paid the innkeeper extra money to make sure Luke had everything he needed to heal. "If he needs anything else," said the Samaritan, "I'll pay for it when I come back." Luke was amazed. Wow, he thought. The Samaritan helped me, even though we don't usually get along. He's the nicest person I've ever met. The next day, when Luke was feeling better, he sat up and smiled. He thought about all the people who had passed him by without helping, and then he thought about the Samaritan. "I've learned something important today," Luke said. "It doesn't matter where someone comes from or what they believe." And so, from that day on, Luke promised himself that he would always be like the Good Samaritan. Moral of the story: the Good Samaritan teaches us that true kindness doesn't care about differences. It cares about helping others no matter who they are or where they come from.